Hey y'all, let's get into the Housewives of Salt Lake City, season 4, uh reunion part 1. So y'all, this reunion part 1 was actually good. I said Monica was eating the girls up. So we started off with Andy started off the reunion with the segment of, the new housewife, Monica. And so we started off with her segment and everything, and he went into asking the ladies, telling started off with asking about, saying the ladies like, this is the first time y'all all getting back together as a group and stuff. For the first time, they all said yeah and stuff. Monica was like, they didn't hung out, outside of me, but she went, this is the first time I've been around any of these ladies, or whatever and stuff. After that, he also asked about, since Jen ain't been a part of the group, so how do y'all feel about, this season and stuff, and how people would take it and stuff. Do y'all feel like y'all needed Jen or whatever? How y'all feel about Jen not being a part, or so what? So Heather ended up giving her opinion. She's saying, since since Jen, we just wanted to bring, since Jen is not a part of it anymore, we just wanted to show another side of us, that we are not just, what Jen, when we're Jen a part of all the mess and stuff. I said that's what y'all brought. That's all y'all brought, was y'all brought the same thing that when Jen was a part of it. That's exactly what y'all brought. Nothing but that. Because y'all ended the season exactly how it was with Jen. And it's like even worse without her. Because y'all talked about her. And then y'all actually outdid her. You especially, Heather. So I'm a little confused on that, saying you wanted to show a different side, but you really didn't show a different side. Nothing. But moving on. So we move on to Andy ended up asking about, he ended up bringing up, Jen pleading guilty and stuff. Did they believe about her? Did they believe her pleading guilty or whatever? And Heather said, like, she lied to us and stuff, and and she kept lying the whole entire time. When she plead guilty, she called me, and then she'll tell me to call Meredith and stuff, and tell Meredith to come on and stuff, so that and then she's still saying that she's not guilty. And I said she can be. I said, I'm gonna be real honest. Before we do that, Whitney said, I knew she was guilty, It's like, what's new? Lisa, like, she was guilty. Um, Angie was like, we invited her into our lives and our family and all that stuff. I said, girl, you knew her. It's like I said, you in particular, know her since college. So you know who Jen truly is, down to her core. You know if this is something that you truly know if she's capable of and if she's not capable of. But you just too so busy, you want to fit in with the elite of Utah, that you'll say anything. And I Meredith didn't say anything. So I felt like, I don't know. I said her pleading guilty doesn't mean that she's guilty, that she was guilty about it. She pled guilty because of her family. At the end of the day, I have my husband, I have a child, I have my kids. One in college, one still was in high school. So I have to make a better decision for my family. And I went ahead and took a deal. And that's what it was. If she was guilty, we don't know. I don't know if I don't believe she was. I don't believe she was guilty. She was guilty. I don't believe. I don't. I say it like this. I don't believe she was the mastermind. I believe her assistant her right hand, who turned on, I believe he was the mastermind and whoever else was a part of it. That's what I believe. But enough of her. Moving on. So we move on to him ended up after that we Andy started with okay, so Andy ended up asking Monica, like, so do you want to be Lisa? She went, no. I said, bitch, don't nobody want to be that tired hoe. Lisa barely want to be Lisa. She like, nah, I want to be her. Andy said, so Andy was like, Andy was like, I don't want to be her. So Andy ended up asking her, so Andy said, like, it was touching to see you and your mom, doing that 300 when you talked about, that 3K bag that you bought and, being vulnerable and stuff like that. And Monica said, yeah, she gave the backstory. She said, coming into a new group of women, it's like, feeling like an outsider, you just wanted to fit in and stuff. It wasn't really about the bag itself. It just, you know, going through divorce and stuff like that. And, you're in a new group of women. You just wanted to fit in, and that's just what was the process of me, how I was thinking about it and stuff like that. So moving on from there, we move on to him asking her okay, he ended up asking, so what was the issue about, he ended up asking what was her issue with the ring, her when she went off on Lisa on the trip in Palm Springs and stuff. And she said the issue with the ring was her bringing up the 60, she brought up the 60K over and over and over and over and over. And Lisa went, I only brought it up 3 times. And so, Lisa ended up, this caused Lisa to go into a long story, lengthy story of, start crying and stuff, it was sentimental to me because, I almost lost my youngest son doing childbirth, and my husband gave me this ring. It was sentimental because it was supposed to be simple. He gave me this ring, my children, and I'm like, girl, me and Monica both. See, I'm looking just like Monica, like, girl, ain't nobody buying this shit. It's like, girl, don't nobody care. It's like, and then she started talking about the ring she got on her finger. She like, these are the new rings I got on my finger and stuff like that. And Monica said, like, girl, if you would have told, Monica said, like, see, if you would have told, now that's touching right there. If you would have told something like that, then it would have, but you just kept going on about the 60. She like, about the 60K. She like, no, it was 58. It was actually 58K. She went, okay. But she went, I ain't gonna about to go back and forth with you because he just asked me what was my issue with the ring. And that was the 50K. The 60K was, you kept saying it over and over again. That was my big issue with it. And that was it. And so we move on from there. We move on to what else? So Andy ended up asking her, okay, so Andy ended up, after that, he asked about he asked about another thing about the ring. He said, so where do you think the rumors came from about the ring being stolen? And Monica said, Lisa. Lisa went, no, it didn't. It didn't come from me. She went, yes, it did. She went, it came from Lisa and Heather. And so Monica said, so when it was online and you heard and you seen people on social media saying that I stole it, why didn't you say anything? That's not my place to do that. And I'm like, you a bold faced lie. Cause I said you could have said something if you didn't. You knew she didn't steal it. And it's like it tells a lot about your character overall. And Heather, like, stand and gonna say something and say, like, I know that you didn't. I already knew that you didn't steal it. She ain't that prove Monica, that prove my point right there. Say, wait, but I don't have to. I don't have to say that. I don't have to say it out loud and have to say it to defend you. And I'm like, girl, shut up, Heather. It's like you got all this smoke for this girl, but you ain't had that smoke for Jen. Don't none of you hoes up here had that smoke for Jen. None of you, other than Meredith. Meredith had that smoke. Mary always had smoke for Jen, but it's like none of y'all had that smoke for her, other than that. But moving on, so we move on to move on from there. So during that, and Lisa going on and stuff like that, Angie added want to add her 2 cents into it, and Monica said, "Why are you talking? You bench woman, bitch." I said, "Damn." She was like, "That's all. She like, that's all you been all season." I said, "Bitch, you ain't lying." I said, "You ain't lied about that girl." And so, that caused them to do a little back and forth. And Andy ended up going on saying, continue with Monica. He said, so, he wanted to know about, so we learned about you and Jen. So he wanted to know about her relationship with Jen and stuff. So Monica said, they started off as friends and she ended up working for her, ended up becoming her assistant. She said she just actually became her assistant just to help her out and stuff. And she said, until she found somebody else and stuff. Andy asked, "Did you get paid?" She said, "No, I didn't." And Heather went, "Oh, so you did?" And she went, "No, I didn't get paid." She went, "We were friends." She went, "First of all, we were friends." She went, "So when did you?" Andy asked, like, when you work and stuff. She went, "I ended up working for her during the y'all had finished rapping season 1 and stuff, and that stuff." And that's when Heather yeah, that's when Heather ended up pulling out a recording, because they was asking, like, since you was the assistant and all that stuff, and you was just doing this, was you doing this to get on the show or whatever? And so she pulled it out, played the recordings, and it was just recordings of you, because Heather said, Kim Kardashian was an assistant too, and you see where she went. And she went, okay. She went, yeah, I did. And when she was playing the recording, she went, yeah, I said that. Yeah, Kim Kardashian was an assistant. And it was just like recordings of her talking. It was just recordings of Monica talking about, don't know who she was talking to and what they were talking about. It was just bits and recordings of her talking and talking about certain things, and that was it. And I'm like, okay. And Andy was like, and this supposed to mean what? And this supposed to be that she. This supposed to mean that she was trying to get on the show. She went, Heather like, yeah. Andy was like, oh. Andy looked confused, like, okay. But Monica went, no. Monica said, I wasn't even thinking about getting on the show. She went, I didn't even see myself getting on the show. That was the last thing I was thinking about. And she went, at the end, I just got on it. So they ended up talking about, from there, they went to, So Andy, I'm asking. So how did you get on? So how did you end up getting on the show? And she said Monica was like, she said I sent the email to the audition cast, saying that she said, let me make sure I got this right. She sent it. Said she applied like everyone else. Um, She said she ended up playing like everyone else, and everybody ended up having like it was just the some of them was like I didn't apply and whatever. Lisa said that she brought the she said I was the one that brought it to Utah. I said, girl, you lied to your damn teeth. Ain't nobody looking for you to bring shit to Utah. So get out of here. So so she ended up telling how she got on. She sent it an email. She said the email her words was that the email said, your show sucks. The ratings are shit. The ratings are shit, and it will be canceled. It's going to get canceled, and you don't have the right cast. And that's what she said. So the production ended up that showing that what she really sent and stuff. It was totally different. But we moved on from there. Andy did end up asking her. So Andy said, "So did the ratings suck? And did the show suck?" Ah. And Monica went, yes. She went, yes. She ain't. Monica like, yes. I was honest. So after that, uh, Andy ended up asking about Andy ended up asking her about how did she ended up about being an informant, um, and stuff. And she explained, her friend who worked for the FBI or whatever told her that, you need to get away from Jen because she's gonna end up in prison and stuff. And she said, after that, she ended up contacting the feds and telling them that she had information on the case, and she ended up being an informant. She said that she did the right thing. She felt like she said she knows she did the right thing, and she wished that some of these ladies would have did the right, should have did it too. And Heather, Lisa, and Angie looked at stupid when she said that, cause they like, I said, yeah, cause y'all knew exactly what that woman was doing. Y'all knew exactly what was going on. Y'all knew exactly what was going on. Even if she was not, I want to say, you knew what was going on. Because the way the rumors in Utah swirled around, y'all knew something was going on, and y'all definitely knew, but didn't do anything about it. So moving on from there, move on to Andy. He ended up asking Monica about the affair with the brother-in-law. She said, the affair happened 10 years ago. It happened over 10 years ago. That she ended up being baptized in the Mormon church and stuff, going through all that, etc. She said she ended up having deep conversation with some of the ladies, definitely Heather vouched for that and stuff. Start talking about the baptization, being rebaptized in the Mormon church and all that process and stuff like that. Monica ended up crying and stuff. She's saying, he was the brother-in-law and all that stuff. We ended up moving on from there. We move on to we get into Andy switched over to the bath water stuff that went on the show, and we got into Meredith and Lisa. He asked how they were doing in their friendship. They both said they're doing okay. They're starting over. Um, and stuff. Then he asked about Whitney and Heather. They said things are going they're going all right. You know, you know, they're going all right. Still a couple bumps in the road, but it's what it is. Uh then Whitney and Lisa oh, Lisa and Whitney act like they were like they act like they're caring people, like they care for people and stuff, and they don't, cause neither one don't care for nobody but themselves. And we move on from there, so we move on to Meredith. Um, he ended up asking Meredith a question, and stuff. And Meredith ended up calling the ladies out how she felt, saying that, her feelings doesn't matter to this group. And they don't. They don't matter, because he asked her about, when she blows up and stuff, she brings up certain things during confrontation and stuff like that. And she tells about, when certain things going on. It's she ain't, I found out things during at certain times when something may come up, and that may just be what's on my mind at that time, and that's what it is. So we move on to Lisa and Whitney. Uh, Lisa and Whitney, they talk about their friendship, and they end up going at it because Lisa said she didn't know how to feel. She didn't know how to handle when Whitney was going through her best friend passing and stuff like that, because she felt like she was walking on eggshells and all that stuff. Because she's at Meredith's jewelry release. Jury event, she kept trying to check on her and stuff, all that, check on Whitney and stuff, and she felt that Whitney was getting irritated. You got irritated by her because she kept asking how she was doing. And Whitney said, yes, you kept asking me how I was doing when I told you I was okay. I'm doing okay right now. I'm doing okay. I'm making it through. And that started to help. That made me rethink, like, I'm not doing okay. And Lisa went into becoming the victim of this subject and stuff, and saying that, you had her. She said, told Whitney that Whitney had Whitney was antagonizing her at her house and taunting her and everything, etc. And Whitney said, no, I wasn't. Whitney said, I called you out for how you acted at my event for my jewelry line, and you didn't like it. And that's when you started not being my friend. After that, you started turning on me. No, 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 I didn't. I never did. I didn't do any of that. You started turning on me when I started giving Heather gifts and stuff. That's when she ain't, no, 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 that ain't it, and stuff. And, they went back and forth and all that stuff. And I'm like, I was like, I don't care. At this point, I really don't. Because it's like, so Whitney said, her biggest issue with Lisa is she can't have a conversation with you because you don't let her talk. You won't let nobody actually talk. And when you don't like what you hear, you ended up distancing yourself from them. She's like, I'm a pit bull, and when so I just distance myself and all that stuff. Showing you. So Whitney, why you better off just saying, I need some space, and that's it. Saying, well, I could do that and stuff. I'm like, I'm so tired of this. So we move on from them and their issues to Andy ended up asking about he moved on to Angie. So he ended up asking um, Angie a question because a viewer question because the viewer said so. Angie, why was when you was Angie? You were mad at Meredith. You were mad at Meredith, and not Monica for the rumor. And she ended up answering. She went, well, after watching the show, I ended up taking more of the anger out on Meredith, and then I just took the anger out on Meredith. But then um because Monica, when we sat down after, at the bakery and she cried, I ended up having second thoughts and everything, and so I just wanted to give her a second chance, and so I ended up putting it all back on Meredith. And I'm like, what? I said, girl, what? so so because she was my cause I said, girl, you did all this. I said, wait a minute, girl. I said, oh my. She said, and I know it was, she said, I know it was wrong to do that to Meredith because it should have been back on Monica. But, you know. And Monica just laughed. Monica laughed. And Eddie said, why you laughing? Monica said, Monica said, I didn't start the rumor. Sure, I didn't start the rumor. I just told you about what it was. And, you know, they went back and forth. Whitney ended up saying, talking to Lisa. Lisa said, she said, Lisa, like, why you call her a liar? Because she um, called Angie a liar. Cause then Lisa ended up explaining about, why she said, if Angie was honest with her in the first place, her and Monica wouldn't have had any beef about when her and Monica had made up and stuff like that. And I'm like, ugh. I said, girl. I said you having beef with Monica made didn't make any sense at all to begin with because it was dumb. You just wanted to have a storyline. Period. That's what that was. But you can't handle Monica. Still can't handle the girl. But we gonna move on. And so we move on to Andy ended up asking Whitney. He asked Whitney, so do you still think self Lisa is self awareness? Don't have self awareness? She went, yes. I said, so yes, she don't have self awareness. She not self aware. Yes. And Lisa White, no, that's a no, 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 no. Lisa White, that is a lie. That's a lie. She went, I do have self awareness. Lisa said, you need to just say how you just. I do have self awareness. I said, oh my God, here she go, finna make it a long, dressy thing. And so they went back and she went into Lisa being Lisa. And then we switched over to Andy switched on to showing Meredith and her stuff that went on during the season. Um, Andy asked about Seth. Okay, he showed what went on with Meredith this season. Then he asked Whitney about her husband ring and stuff, and Whitney said that he actually wears the ring around his neck now, and they are doing fine and stuff. Then Andy asked Lisa about uh asked Lisa has she heard anything about any issues that were going on with Whitney and her husband during the season or whatever. And Lisa said she talked about him maybe one time on the phone, but that was about it. Moving on from there, Andy ended up asking Meredith about her when her and Seth um had their breaks and whatever, and seeing other people. Um, does it work? Does that work for them? And Meredith said it does. Meredith, for us, she said it does work for us. When we have our moments when we do our breaks in our marriage, it actually works for us. You know, just that's what it is. So moving on from there, move on to Andy end up asking Monica about he ended up asking Monica about her business and stuff. And Monica said, she had to during COVID, she had to shut down the business and everything, and tax and with taxes and stuff. And then she said he asked, "So is the business back up and running?" She said, "Yes, we back up and running now. We're a little bit behind, because she went. I didn't I didn't think it would, like take off the way it has. So she went. I've been very underwhelmed with everything, and people was it was Meredith. Meredith said, "So did have you were you able to? Because I have heard that some people haven't been getting their orders and stuff like getting their orders and stuff like that." And Monica said, "Yeah, yeah, I know." She went, I know. She went, I had to she went, I had to restock. I had to restock, reorder stuff. So she went, I had to actually do a lot of refunds. I had to give a lot of refunds, do a lot of refunds for some things because I had to reorder. I had to restock on a lot of the stuff because we ran out of everything, ran out a lot of the products. So and everything. Move on from there. Andy ended up asking Angie about the cheating. And so this is where Angie ended up saying, Angie, let me just make something really clear. You know, first he asked me, so have you ever heard about this rumor? Shane, first, I've never heard about this rumor in over the 30 years. And when we been in and when he was doing hair for 30, when he was doing hair, somebody asked like, oh, he got some nice legs. Oh, oh. Oh, he look good in them shorts. Oh, he is handsome. Oh, is he gay? Oh no, his wife over there. Girl, what that supposed to mean? Don't nobody give a damn about nobody having a wife, a husband. Don't nobody care. Cause you standing over there. Who cares if he doing hair, cutting hair, styling hair? Who cares? They add. I have never heard that, and it's crazy that in the last 30 years, I ain't heard that in 30 years. We haven't heard that in 30 years for this to just be for a rat to just come up with this. And I'm like, girl, because Monica over there like, cracking up. Monica said, rat. Shay, what you laughing at? I know you ain't heard a rat before. Monica said, I'm laughing because I have heard it. I have heard that before. So, girl, that's why I'm laughing. And I'm like, girl, yo man, girl, don't sit here and tell that lie like everybody know your man gay. You know your man gay. He bisexual something. Cause you ain't sleeping with him. He's sleeping with somebody, with a couple of people in town. But so moving on from there, we move on to so Andy ever asked Meredith about the husband and the rumors and the husband. And Meredith was like, it wasn't. She said, the room, she said when she said at Prom Spring when she was talking to Lisa, she said it wasn't about his marriage. Sure, it was about him, but not the marriage. So it had nothing to do about the marriage. It had to do about him. And Andy trying to make it like, no, he the husband. She ain't no, it had something to do about him. And him only. It had nothing to do about their marriage. Period. And so Andy ended up he went, so was you trying to bring it up so that Lisa or Whitney could have brought it up? And she said no. She said no, I wasn't trying to get nobody to bring it up at all. I just see him, she need to back off. Or it will be some drama. um Andy then he asked, Angie what she thinking. Angie went into, she's still doing the line stuff. It's like, girl, you see the episodes and you know that she didn't say anything. And you still believing the rumor. It's like, girl, then the rumor is true. The rumor is true at this point. At this point, the rumor is 100% true. Because you didn't prove it was true. And it's sad. It's like he didn't already told that it was true. Because he was not he didn't deny it or anything. He's more worried that it came out. And his daughter would be the one to find out. Which was crazy. But moving on, we move on to Meredith ended up reading some of the stuff Angie had said about her. And stuff. So, Angie didn't like that and stuff. And then after that, we had Angie K saying, I think she's saying that, the stuff she said about her was them were compliments. I said, them not compliments. I said, you are cold. I said, I understand why Jen dumped that champagne on your head. I really do. It makes a lot of sense now. It makes sense then and it makes sense now because you are I understand why Jen dumped that champagne on your head. 100%. After that, we switched on to Andy ended up asking a viewer question for Whitney was about viewer question was Whitney saying that Whitney was the one who brung up the rumor. And Whitney was like, no, that ain't what happened. And Monica was like, I don't blame her for this or nothing. She went, I have my own mouth and I say what I want to say, and she went, it's what it is. And I'm like, girl, Whitney started all that and you got blamed for it. And that was wrong. And, it ended up, at that point, there ended up being an argument going on between Angie and Monica. And then that's where it went off, y'all. So like, subscribe, share on all social medias. It's your boy Paul. Thank y'all for tuning in. And I'll get back at y'all later. Bye, y'all.